Mold toxicity is a tremendous issue in today's world that becomes more and more common as a huge percentage of homes that people live in even in the Western world, have mold issues that many people are not even aware of. And mold toxicity can absolutely wreck your life, raise your risk of serious long-term diseases. And the difficult thing is that not everybody responds to it in the same way. For certain genetic factors, some people are going to be more reactive to mold toxicity than others. And this can be very frustrating for those who maybe, let's say you have a couple people in your family who are sensitive and some who aren't, or maybe you're the only one that's sensitive. And so you're the only one having symptoms and everybody else tells you you're crazy because they're just, for the most part feeling okay. It's certainly bad for them too, but they don't develop symptoms at the same rate that you might, which can cause, a lot of confusion and frustration for people in this kind of situation. Now, anytime we're dealing with toxicity, one of the first things you want to do is start taking activated charcoal. This is a great first line of defense to start mopping up these toxins and getting them out of your system. Then, of course, chlorella is really good. Getting in an infrared sauna as frequently as possible to get that sweat going and start sweating out these toxins. If you have a conventional sauna, great. If you have an infrared sauna, fantastic. But mobilize these out through your skin. And also when you're using, say, an infrared sauna, this will also be able to increase the rate at which they're being detoxified out through urine, through feces, etc. Then also taking zeolites, another way to help bind up toxins. And then pectin is something you can get as a supplement, like modified apple pectin, for example. And this is a form of fiber that again helps to pull these out. Supplementing with food grade bentonite clay. Or you could look at something like Quicksilver Scientific makes a product called Ultra Binder. That's a combination of several of these different things, a form of a clay and activated charcoal type things in there together. And then what are we going to do to supplement the body's own detoxification pathways? Glutathione. Not just any glutathione, but liposomal glutathione. We've done a lot of other videos on why it has to be liposomal, but basically it's going to be destroyed if it's not liposomal, and it's not going to do anything for you. Your digestion will destroy it. It has to be liposomal so it can absorb more easily and not be destroyed through digestion. And one last thought that not many people think about is you have to think about what else you need to detox to allow your body to fight against this mold, and that is mercury. Mold loves mercury. It absolutely thrives in the presence of mercury. So you may need to also work with an integrative medicine practitioner and look at doing some chelation therapy through EDTA, DMSA, DMPS, one of these chelation agents. And hopefully you want to work with somebody who has a good program around this, where it's like a 2-week cycle where you're doing about a week of mobilization, 1 day of chelation, and another week of replenishment and supporting your detoxification pathways. And then you repeat that as needed, and you test regularly as you're going to understand how your levels of these metals are coming down. Mercury toxicity is a huge problem in the modern world, especially coming from seafood consumption, especially when people are eating seafood that's very high up the food chain. For example, tuna is not a health food in any way whatsoever due to the extreme mercury toxicity. In the last couple of weeks, I don't spend too much time on Instagram, but I did happen to catch a few people on there, health quote-unquote influencers, sharing their tuna recipes, which is, to me, is mind-blowing because this is such a toxic food to be consuming because of its mercury levels. Of course, things like swordfish are also in this category, but tuna, I think, is above and beyond by far the biggest contributor of this toxic mercury to most people's diets. So getting that out of your system is going to be a very important step along the way to dealing with the mold toxicity. I hope this all progresses swiftly for you and that you'll be feeling better very soon. And if you're watching this and you've learned anything new in this video, please leave a comment below. I'm curious to know what in here has been a fresh bit of information here that you may not have heard of or considered before. And if you could, please go ahead and go down and click that like button and subscribe to our channel. This is a great no-cost way for you guys to support us, and it really does make a huge difference. Thanks again so much, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day and look forward to seeing you again next time.